Hi everybody and welcome to this week's video, 27 good work habits for a successful career. 27 seems like a lot of things, but some of them are very similar and it might seem like a lot, but they're useful reminders about how to be great at your job. So let's get started. They're in no particular order or no particular importance. It's just a list of 27 things. Here we go. Number one, take criticism well. Sometimes it's no fun to get criticism, but it can really help you do your job better. Your boss's feedback is very valuable. He isn't necessarily criticizing your performance because he dislikes you. He might be trying to help you succeed. Generally speaking, that's how it works. When one of your supervisors thinks you could be doing the job better or more easily for the same results, where you can do the job and not make it so hard, thank them for the feedback. Tell them thank you. And take that feedback into consideration when you're doing the job. If you have legit reasons for not being able to do it that way, speak up. They say, use this tool, and you say, but I don't have one of those tools. Speak up. That if you can't do it the way they asked you to for a reason, speak up and say so that they don't just think that you're ignoring the feedback. Number one, take criticism well. Number two, don't gossip. Don't gossip at work. Do not repeat conversations that you had with a coworker to another coworker. Okay? Don't contribute to what they call the gossip mill. It churns and it's gross and stories get changed and it can be absolutely detrimental to your job. Remain neutral, meaning you don't really take sides. If your coworker tries to pull you into it or talks behind another coworker's back, don't share information that's not your own business. Okay. Number three, be a problem solver, not a complainer. That means if you have something to complain about, that's okay and that's legitimate, but before you go and make the complaint, have an idea of a way to make it better so that you're looking more like a person with a solution rather than a person who's just complaining. Don't complain unless you've given it some serious thought about what you can do to fix the problem. When you turn your negativity into a positive action, you will sound professional instead of whiny, right? Have a good idea of a way to solve the problem. Don't just complain. Next up, number four, be dependable. Always go to work when you're scheduled to be there. Only call out if you're sick or contagious. Your coworkers and customers are counting on you to be at work. All right, number four, be dependable. Always go to work when you're scheduled to be there. Only call out if you're contagious and sick. If there's a way you can get to work, if there's a medicine you could take or something to work your shift, then you should do that. Your coworkers and customers are counting on you to be at work when you're scheduled to be at work. Be dependable. That's number four. Number five, be willing to go into work if your boss asks you. If you get a call at home and say, hey, can you cover a shift today? Maybe someone else called out, then you should make every effort to go and be happy about it. You're making extra money and you're showing how dependable you are that you're even willing to come in on your days off. And you don't always have to do that. If you have plans already, it's okay to say no, but you want to be willing most of the time to cover shifts at work, and you'll just end up getting more hours and more money. So it's excellent for you. All right, number six, allow extra time for everything. This is a very general piece of advice here. Always build a buffer into the time it takes you to get to work, the time it takes you to do various projects at work. Stuff happens in life and you want to leave a little extra time for that. Add 5 minutes here and there into your estimation of how long a job's going to take so that you get done earlier instead of being late. You tell the boss, oh, I'll be done with that at 3 o'clock. Well, I sure hope you added some more time to that. So just in case something happens and you can't be done by 3 o'clock, if you tell the boss, I'll be done with that by 3:15, and you get done by 3, then yay, you're the hero, and it'll, because you got done early. So it's always better to get done earlier than when you said, or arrive earlier than what you said, rather than be late or not get done on time. That's number 6. Number 7, it's okay to not know everything. Be prepared for that. You certainly won't know everything when you first start a job, and you will have lots more to learn even as you move up in your career. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't pretend like you know if you don't. You should say things like, I don't know, I'm not sure, but I'll find out. And you take that customer, you take that coworker, or you ask questions to find out the answer to the question. You don't have to know everything when you first start a job. You just have to learn, right? And you learn where to find those answers. That's the first thing. And then you find who to go to, things like that. It's okay not to know everything. Be prepared for that. Alrighty. Number 8, put your phone away at work. Texts and notifications that pop on your cell phone can be a big distraction while you're working. Check your phone only during breaks. Some jobs require the use of a cell phone, like mine. Stay off personal calls as much as possible. Obviously, if it's an emergency, you can take that call, but you might want to let your boss know ahead of time you're expecting a call, or if you have kids at home, of course, you need to answer those calls. Take it off the floor, let your boss know what's going on so that you don't get accused of using your phone for personal reasons. Some companies even want you to use your personal phone to look up items in the store. There's a Walmart app, Macy's app, JCPenney app. All the stores have apps now where you can find products, and the store might ask you to use your personal phone to look up products. So it's not that you can't carry your phone at your job, but you have to use it responsibly. You have to be disciplined about it and make sure that you're not texting your friends or posting on Facebook from work. Okay. All right. Number 9, dress like you want a promotion. They say dress for the job you want, right? So you want to dress a little bit nicer than everybody else. You don't have to go crazy with it, but you're not going to wear a tuxedo to work, whatever, but dress nicely. If you dress like a manager, maybe you'll be a manager someday. Okay? Dressing for the position you want lets your employer visualize you in that job. Like they might already see you as a manager. So it's good to dress for the job you want. Number 10, ask for help and offer help also. No one, no matter how talented, can do these jobs all by themselves. If you need assistance, don't be afraid to ask. Realize that others may require it too, but might be afraid to ask. So if one of your coworkers looks confused or like they might need help, offer your help. That's just good teamwork right there. Make sure everybody's getting their job done. Don't be afraid to ask for help, and don't be afraid to offer help. If the person says no, okay, no problem. You offered. So it's a nice thing to do to help people out. All right, number 11, always do your best. Gosh, it seems so simple, doesn't it? But it's definitely a good one on this list of 27 work habits. When your boss asks you to do a task, perform it to the best of your ability. Don't let stuff slide. Don't leave it for somebody else. Do your very best work all the time, and you'll be recognized for that. You want to be the best at what you do. Number 12, be kind. There's nothing to be gained by not being nice to other people. When you're kind, it will make others happy, and they will have goodwill towards you. They're happy. Be especially kind to those who seem the most miserable. They really need it and could have a positive effect on them. So if you can turn someone's frown upside down, that's awesome. And sometimes it's difficult, but you really want to be kind to everybody. Even if you feel like there's a customer or a coworker being rude to you, you don't know what's going on with them, and it may have nothing to do with you. Just be kind all the time. Smile, Be helpful, friendly, be kind all the time, especially to people that you think might not deserve it. Those are the ones you really need to be kind to. Number 13, do more than is required and do it with a smile and a positive attitude. This is also called going above and beyond. We talk about that in job interviews and stuff. We talk about a time we went above and beyond for a customer. Let me read this here. While doing more than your boss or customers expect may get you recognition, but more importantly, it will give you experience and personal satisfaction. Sometimes going above and beyond means that you get to try a new job that you never got to do before. Sometimes it means delighting a customer and making them so happy that they, talk to the boss about you and how awesome you are. So you always want to see if there's a way that you can do even more for that customer. There are boundaries and policies that might keep you from doing, like you can't give away free stuff, whatever, but stay within the rules, but go above and beyond for your customers and for your coworkers and your team that you work with. Number 14, never, ever, ever say, that's not my job. Okay. It may not be your job, but be ready to pitch in when you are needed. It might involve doing something that isn't your job, but you'll demonstrate that you're flexible. Plus, you might learn a new job, and that's awesome. You want to learn as many different jobs at your job as you can. So don't ever let anyone catch you saying that's not my job. You want to be flexible and with good teamwork all the time at your job. Number 15, look at problems as opportunities, not challenges. So a problem is an opportunity to solve a problem, right? When problems arise, solving them gives you a chance to showcase your strength and sharpen your skills. Again, maybe you're going to learn a whole nother task out of this, but instead of looking at it as a problem, finding the answer is where you're going to get the recognition, and you're going to learn more from that problem and make sure that you don't make the same mistakes in the future. So it's always a learning experience. Learn everything you can. Look at problems as an opportunity to learn and grow, not as a challenge. Number 15. 16? Something like that. Number 16, keep personal problems out of the workplace. Seriously. Beware of talking about your personal problems. What you tell your coworkers could make them or your boss question your ability to do your job, and it could make you the subject of gossip. We do not want gossip at work, whether it's about us or it's about anybody else. So do your best to keep your problems at home. Talk to your friends, talk to your job coach, but don't talk to your coworkers about them unless you expect it to be spread throughout the entire store. Right? Keep your personal problems at home. Come to work with a smile on your face, and you'll be feeling better by the end of the day anyway. Number 17, ask questions. See, I told you these were kind of repeat each other, right? If you don't understand how to do something or how something works, get clarification. What does that even mean? Have someone make it clear for you, okay? You may feel foolish asking what you consider to be a silly question, but that is much better than making mistakes. It's better to ask questions. It's way better to ask your boss questions about the job than to assume that you already know how to do the job. And if you don't know how to do the job, then you should ask questions to make sure that you're doing it right. It's much better than making mistakes. Number 18, always double check your work. It may take a little bit longer to look over your work after it's done, but it's much better to catch those errors before someone else catches them, right? You want to find that mistake and fix it before your boss notices it. Okay, here we go. Number 20, make sure you understand company policies. You don't want to tell customers the wrong information. If you don't know what the policies are, get the facts from someone who does. Read the personnel manual, read the policies, ask human resources, ask your boss. If you ask your coworkers, They may or may not give you the right answer. If it's someone you trust, then they're probably giving you the right answer, but you don't want to risk that. You want to make sure that you know the policies so that you're able to tell customers the correct policies. If it's about returns or things like that, you want to make sure you're giving them the right information. You don't want to risk getting the wrong answer and ending up in trouble. Number 21, don't be afraid to say that you're not sure about stuff. If someone asks you a question and you truly don't know the answer, rather than giving out false information or misinformation, be honest. Say that you're not sure, but then you'll find out, right? Then do it. Go find out the answer to the questions. So it's absolutely okay not to know all the answers, but if you're helping a customer or helping a coworker with a project, find out the answers. You're learning and growing by going and asking those questions and finding out the answers. Don't be afraid to say, I'm not sure. Number 22, be organized. Be organized with your work area, be organized with your processes, and do things the same way. It's impossible to do good work if you're not organized. Keep your supplies and your work area neat. And as they say, clean as you go. Don't leave your messes for later, but pick it up as you're going along so that you don't have a huge mess to clean up later. Number 23, prepare for your day. Arrive at work early, 10 minutes or so. Get ready for the day by anticipating what you will have to do while you are there. It means look to see if you're working off of a calendar or you're like coming in early in the morning for Hab Crews when you look to see where you're going to be working, right? Same kind of thing. Anticipate what you're going to have to do while you are there. Don't get flustered by last minute changes, and that happens all the time, right? You might have to modify your plans, be flexible throughout the day, but be prepared as well. So do your best to be prepared for your day. Number 24, never ask a coworker to do something that you would not do. If you have the authority to delegate tasks, which means to assign tasks, it's okay to do that, but don't expect anyone to do your dirty work for you. If you're given a task you just don't like, you can't just go and ask someone else to do it. That's not your job. You're not the supervisor. And if you're not the supervisor, you're not allowed to assign tasks to other people. And even if you are the supervisor, don't give out the ugly, dirty tasks that you don't want to do. Make sure that you are a good team player and that you're doing all the same dirty jobs as everyone else. Number 25, smile. When things are at their worst, smile more. Smiling makes you feel better and it makes others feel better. Of course, you don't have to smile when it's inappropriate, like if something tragic happens, you don't want to be all, someone died or whatever, but for the most part, you should smile all the time at work. Smile until your cheeks hurt. Smile at customers and coworkers when you're making eye contact and walking past people. Keep smiling. If you think your mask is hiding your smile, it's not, and I'll show you. See, this is not smiling. I'm a normal face, right? And here I am smiling. My eyes are squinty and my wrinkles are showing on the side of my face. It really does show. It really does show. Okay, there's my smile. So don't think that a smile is hiding your mask and you don't have to smile. You still have to smile even with the mask on. It shows not only in your eyes, but in your attitude. So smile all the time. It's part of work. It's part of your uniform. Number 26, listen to understand, not just react. So when someone's talking, listen carefully. Don't think about how you're going to respond. And we all do that, I know. But instead, try to absorb what that person is telling you and then ask questions afterwards. So listen carefully and ask them questions afterwards. Don't interrupt when people are talking. Listen to understand, not just react. That's a tough one. I could do a whole video just about that one. And then number 27, don't procrastinate. What does that even mean? Don't procrastinate. Procrastination is putting off doing something until later, okay? putting off doing your work, even a project you dread that you don't want to do, won't make it go away. You may as well get it over with. What I like to do when I have a long list of things to do, I take the worst things and I get them done first. And that makes the whole rest of the list so much easier. Now that I got that big, ugly project out of the way, I like to get that done first. So don't procrastinate. Don't put things off till later. You might run out of time and not get it done on time. So get started on it. Do it right away. For more information, visit The Balanced Careers. It was a great article, 27 great work habits for work. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.